Expert Talk is sponsored by Pod Nation TV, the podcast to broadcast network.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. You know where you are, Expert Talk with me, Tigo. And you know what I love doing? I love bringing trailblazers. I love bringing experts from all over the world. You know, my passion is speaking. So speakers, they have a special place in my heart. And today, set yourself on fire. Today is amazing. Today we have somebody that was on Secret Millionaire. Someone who is the #1 coach and trainer for speakers in the world, and someone whose hometown might be close to the Tigo's hometown. I don't know. But if you want to know about speaking, about getting paid to speak, about how you're supposed to kick this off and finally stop talking about it and just watching me do it, you come to the right place today. So sit right there. We'll be right back.
Expert Talk is sponsored by Pod Nation TV, the podcast to broadcast network.
Yeah, you heard me right. You heard me right. He was on Secret Millionaire. I was a super fan. I mean, that show had like 50 million viewers. Yeah, and he's here today on Expert Talk. And we're going to talk about what? How to get you where you want to be as a public speaker. James Malinchak is here, and let's go. James, are you out there?
Hey, Tigo, what's happening?
What's happening, man? I'm so excited. I could just stand and dance. You're here. I can't believe it. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'd pay to watch that. I'd pay to watch that dance happen.
Wait a second. Hold on. Oh, never mind. Okay. We'll do that next time. Anyway, you know, you and I had the privilege over 10 years ago of sitting next to you, in a training with one of my mentors, Armin Morin. He was one of your trainers at one time. And now, 12 years later, you're on my show. Man, I could go buy a lottery ticket. I just won today. You're amazing.
Oh my gosh, you got the $20 I sent you to say some good stuff about me. I appreciate it.
Wait, $20? I thought it was $35. Hold on, wait, no, I'm kidding.
Oh man, you went up. You increased your rates. I got it.
I know.
It's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's an honor to have you here, and I know you have spoken in over, you have over 3,000 presentations. You've spoken to crowds from 20 people to 30,000 people. But I want to know, one, how did you get started? What made you, other than that beautiful smile, say, I need to stand on stages?
Well, you mentioned that I didn't know this, that you're from the Pittsburgh area, I guess, Western Pennsylvania.
No, I'm originally from Chicago, but I'm talking about where you live now.
Where you live now, yeah. Oh, yeah. But so I grew up in a small steel mill town. We didn't have much, never dreamed I could do some of the things that I was doing now. But long story short, and when I graduated from college, I moved to Los Angeles. And I started my career as a stockbroker, financial advisor. And I got off to a fast start. I won some awards, did pretty well. So one time my phone rang, and it was a guy, and he said, hey, you work with my son, and he said you're doing some really cool things over there at a young age. I want to have you come and talk to my employees of my company, my sales reps. And I said, talk? Like, I don't do that. I'm a financial advisor. He said, well, I only need you to talk for like 40 minutes. And I'm like, but I don't do that. Like, I don't speak. And he said, and I'll pay you $5,000. I said, I speak. Mama didn't raise no fool, Tigo. Mama didn't raise no fool. Someone wants to hand you a check to talk, you shut up and take it.
Or talk and take it. But
Yeah,
yes, sir, I
exactly.
can totally get that. So
And that's literally how I started.
really? So why do you feel that speaking is like the highest paid skill there is? Why do you feel that? What makes you say that?
Because it's the only profession I know where you don't need a college education. You don't even need to have finished any schooling. You don't need a PhD. You don't need a master's. You don't need to have certifications and all this. And it's the only profession I know where the more jacked up you have been, the more you're going to get paid. Right? Because it's all about, telling your story of how you overcame stuff. And so anybody can do it. It's fantastic. It's a blessing.
Now, one of the biggest questions I get asked all the time, people know nowadays that if you're not doing video, if you're not on stage, if you're not at least doing an audio podcast, you're leaving money on the table because people need to see you 24 hours a day. And we're still human. We still got to sleep. So my question to you is, they always ask me about fear. How do you get past the fear? You have been on stages and done projects with some of the biggest names in the world. I mean, Les Brown, Jack Canfield, it goes on and on. Russell Brunson. It's like, what about fear? Did you ever have a fear to do this?
Oh, I'll tell you, I've done 3,000 some talks and I'm still nervous every talk.
Wow.
Every talk. And you know why? Because I want to do good for that group. I want to impact their life. I want to put an imprint on their heart, their mind, their soul, and their spirit. So what I tell folks is the reason you're fearful and nervous is because you're thinking about yourself. And we should be thinking about giving information, giving stories, giving how-to advice to people to better their life. And so what I say is how you overcome that fear. Two things. Number one, understand human beings were born with two fears and two fears only. The fear of falling and the fear of boom, loud noises. You were not born with the fear of talking to a group of people. That's something you created. Second thing is talk about stuff that you already know. Don't try to think you're doing a presentation. Same stuff you would tell a friend over coffee is the same thing that you should share with a group of people, right? Definitely. And the last thing is, don't think about yourself. Don't wear a bib saying, hey, give to me. Wear a napkin. Be there to serve people with your information. It's not about you. It's about them that you're talking to.
See, that's a t-shirt. I'm going to make a t-shirt just that says that. Don't wear a bib, wear a napkin. I'll share the revenue with you. Don't worry, brother. I got you. Don't worry. But that's definitely a t-shirt. Now, you have done over 15,000 media appearances. Do you sleep? One.
Well,
and two, are they mainly audio? Are they on stage? What are we talking about when we say 15,000 media appearances?
Yeah, well, I was blessed. I was featured on ABC's hit TV show Secret Millionaire. Now, I just learned 50 million plus people have seen. That's crazy. That's bizarre. Like, I never think that. And because of that, I mean, I've gotten asked by everybody you can imagine over the last 10 years to do every kind of media that you can imagine, from Gene Simmons' Family Jewels from Kiss TV show to great events like yours here, but being on your expert show, to write-ups in papers. I mean, it's just been amazing when you're exposed in a big way in one form of media like ABC television. I mean, literally thousands and thousands of requests a month were coming in at one time.
All right, everybody, we have to get as much information from this great guy as we possibly can. But you also know Alan. He's out there going, look, we need to run a commercial. So when we come back, we're going to figure out the myths behind public speaking. So sit right there. We'll be right back.
Expert Talk is sponsored by Pod Nation TV, the podcast to broadcast network.
Okay, I hope you guys are as excited as I am. because I'm sitting here, I can barely sit still, and I was off to get paid to do my dance. Why just do that? But right now, we got James here. James Malinchak is here. He's talking about speaking, and you couldn't be in a better place if you tried. James, you're still out there.
I'm still here, Chief. I'm following you.
Now, before we went to break, before people send me hate mail, I promised that you would share some of the myths that people believe about public speaking. Can you hit that for me?
Yeah, well, the very first one, I'll give three quick ones. The very first one is that you actually have to be a good speaker. I mean, you don't have to be a professional orator that glides and, walks in a V and makes eye, like, it's not about that. It's about you have information that will help people, and you just simply say it to help people. I don't worry about any of those mechanical things, because what happens is you become robotic and you're not real. Just be yourself, stand up, or get on a video or on a Zoom and talk to people and share things that will help them. That's the very first thing. The second thing is thinking that, just because you have a message that you're actually going to get paid. I used to think that. And then that's why actually my logo for my company, Big Money Speaker, is a coin, because I say there's two sides. On the one side, you have your message and what you're going to share and how you're going to impact lives. But on the flip side of that coin, you have this thing called the business. And it's like any other business. Okay. Third little tip is you don't need the stamp of approval from associations or like speaker associations or a certification that says you're good enough to speak. Okay. None of that matters. Nobody cares about any of that stuff. All we want to know is, do you have a message and can you share it that brings transformation to our people? That's all people care about.
I love it. I love it. And for the people that are sitting out there going, okay, I start speaking, but how do I get paid to speak? I can speak at my church and my local community centers and things like that. But how do I get to be the next James that goes on the next time they do something like Secret Millionaire? Where do you get started to get paid to speak?
Well, the very first thing you have to do is actually start charging a fee. And my first fee, Tigo, was a chicken dinner. But at least I got something. At least I got something. I got a free dinner, right? And then I started with like $50. So think about this. If you had a sandwich shop and I walked into your sandwich shop and got a sandwich, you wouldn't give it to me for free. You would charge me. Well, your knowledge, your time, your experience, your years of doing things, that deserves to be compensated. So I don't care if you charge a chicken dinner. I don't care if you charge $50, $5,000, $50,000. But you have to charge something, because you are worth it, my friend. You have life experiences that I can learn from, others can learn from, and you deserve to be appropriately compensated for dispersing that knowledge.
I love it. I love it. Now, as we've been talking, there's been a little domain name running by, that's about your book offer. And the people that are driving right now are going, what domain, what website do I go to? So it's freespeakerbook.com. Can you share with us what that's about? Freespeakerbook.com?
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm in this part of my life where I've been so blessed. God's been great to me and has given me so many blessings I'm grateful for. And for 20 years, I've taught my Big Money Speaker Bootcamp that literally is a 4-day immersed training that I go 12 hours a day teaching like heavy content. And I thought, you know what, at this part of my life, I want to impact as many people as possible. And I love teaching people to actually get their message and story and information out to help other people. So I thought, well, what better way to do that than to take all of the great stuff that's in my best training, 4 days, and put it into a book, a real book that I am. And then I said, then I'm going to give it away for free. And that way that I can really help people. There's nothing to buy. You just go to freespeakerbook.com and you put in your email and you can download this hardcover. You can download this entire book as a PDF and have it right away completely for free. And I thought that's how I can leave a legacy.
All right, you guys, you didn't hear him. He said freespeakerbook.com. Tigo's going, I'm getting mine, so you better go get yours. Now, before I let you get out of the hot seat, sir, because I know you got a really busy schedule, if somebody wants to book you for an event, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, to reach me personally, real simple, bigmoneyspeaker.com, www.bigspeaker.com.
You are amazing. I hope one day that you do a talk show and I can come be a guest on your show. And when you're ready to do it, call us because we'll produce it for you. I'm just saying, I'm a super fan.
I love it.
You're an amazing dude. I thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Tigo, you're the bomb. Thank you for what you do. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Many blessings to you.
Same to you, sir. All right, everybody. You know what I'm saying. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You've been talking about wanting to speak. There's the man. Go check him out. I hope you come back next time. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time.